Yo, 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 it's your boy DKB back with another episode of the Midnight Truth. Here to speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God. Today, people, today, I'm going to get back to the storytelling. Today. But before I do, um, keep in mind that there is going to be a number two person here on the Midnight Truth podcast. So keep that in mind. And today, people, today I want to talk a bit about my first passion. I want to talk a bit about basketball. I used to eat, sleep, breathe, repeat basketball every single day of my life. Probably at the start of maybe third and fourth grade is my start of basketball. And I'm gonna be looking down at my phone because I got a lot of notes about this today. A whole lot of notes. So bear with me. But today we are going to be talking about the life and times of DKB in basketball. I've always liked basketball. Maybe since around the time I was maybe 5 or 6. Getting introduced to Reggie Miller, Patrick Ewing, Michael Jordan, all those people. It really got me intrigued into basketball. But my era of basketball was not the Michael Jordan, Reggie Miller. I grew up in that era, don't get me wrong. But my era was the Vince Carter, Allen Iverson, Tracy McGrady, Kobe Bryant, Shaq, all those guys. That was my era, and my two favorite beings in basketball. There's now a third with LeBron, but LeBron don't count in this era. Were T-Mac, Tracy McGrady, and Allen Iverson, because I felt like I related to both of them in so many ways on the court and outside the court. Specifically outside the court, Allen Iverson, because he was different and I was different. But I modeled my game after those two. I wore the shoes. I had the style of play. Everything that I learned in basketball pretty much came from Allen Iverson and Tracy McGrady. My dad taught me how to shoot though, even though he taught me to shoot with my left hand and I'm right-handed. But besides the fact, I modeled my game after those two. So much so, which is a great segue into what I'm about to talk about today. So about third grade, okay, I have this friend, and I'm quite sure he doesn't mind me saying his name on here, but I'm not gonna say his real name, because him and his dad have the same name. But my homie Trey, Big Trey Chatters. I grew up with him since I was probably about 3. I have pictures to prove it. But this friend of mine, Trey Chatters, his father was coaching basketball. Now, mind you, and this is about third grade here. Mind you, I never really played any organized ball, and if it wasn't for Coach Chat, I probably wouldn't ever play basketball. But being that my dad and his dad and Trey and I were friends, best of friends, somewhat, I got involved into basketball. I played ball at the YMCA. Okay, I would show you the picture of our team and such, etc., etc. But if I do that, I don't want backlash with, oh, you showed my picture when I was young and da da da. I don't want that. So I'm not gonna show you the picture. But at third grade and fourth grade, I played at the YMCA. Everybody knows what the YMCA is, and we had a league at the YMCA. My first ever team consisted of me, my homie Trey Chatters. Shout out to Reggie too. I don't know where you are, but shout out to Reggie. I'm gonna get to you in a minute because you got a different path than all of us ever have. But locally, we played at the Y. People we grew up with in our age brackets or whatever. We had a pretty decent team. We had matter of fact, I think, I believe this trophy right here. This trophy right here is from that third and fourth grade league right here, and we won first place. We won first place after that. Then after that, when I got into fourth and fifth grade, I got into another league, the same type of league, the YMCA league, but lost the coach. Lost my coach. Coach Chat did not coach this year. I was coached by another player's dad who I eventually ran into on down the line. We'll get to that in a minute. But we didn't do so good. We didn't do so good in fourth and fifth grade year. We didn't even place, I don't think. That's why I don't have a trophy for fourth and fifth grade, but I do got that very first one. And fun fact, in that year, in that third and fourth grade league, I was in my Allen Iverson phase. I had the cornrows, I had the answer threes, the white and black ones, the zip ups. Yeah, I was all about Allen Iverson in them times. And then that kind of switched to T-Mac, and I'm gonna get to that in a minute. But yeah. So fourth and fifth grade, had a bad year. I really was losing my interest in basketball because all I knew was the YMCA. Mix everybody, even if they don't know how to play, mix them together, and you got a team type shit. Didn't like that. Just for the simple fact, I understand giving people opportunity, but I'm trying to win. You feel me? Now, that's another great segue into fifth grade. Fifth grade, comes to find out, Coach Chat is back. Coach Chatters, he's back. He's back. This time he brought his son back, Big Trey. And he also has another, I'll never forget this. I'll never forget how I was recruited into what we call the Freeport traveling team of 5th and 6th grade. It got a whole scientific name, but that's the gist of it. I got recruited actually into this league, into this team. I'm gonna tell you how, I'll never forget. So, my dad and Trey's dad have a conversation. Mind you, they're buddies from work and wherever else. I don't remember. But they have a conversation, and my dad comes to me one day and asks if, no, I'm all wrong. My dad mentions that I'm going to be on a team. I don't know what this is. I know it's basketball, so I'm like, okay. I go to the YMCA to play basketball, like playground basketball, as we always usually do, me and my homies. So there I can remember it was me, Big Trey, a guy who was also on the team, Reggie, and another guy who was also on the team, Travion. So this is how it went. This is exactly how it went. Now, mind you, Big Trey and Reggie are already on this team. They already been recruited just because of their fathers. Not saying nothing that's bad. I'm just saying that's the fact. So We get in the car. It's me, Travion, Big Trey, and I believe Big Trey's dad is uh driving us home. Okay. So two of my homies, myself, and out of nowhere, Coach Chad, who I didn't call Coach Chad at the time because that's my dad's friend. I know him by his real name. So Coach Chad at the time was like, "Hey, I'm about to get this traveling team together. Would you like to be in it?" Blah blah blah. He's saying this to me and Travion. We like, yeah, woo. So from that day forward, we are on this team that we have no idea what we are in store for. And this is just me and Travion. I'm quite sure I can speak for him when I say this was different. Okay? Not used to doing this. So lo and behold, we have a team with mostly fifth graders and I believe one fourth grader, I believe. Who was very good, by the way. Everybody on this team was good. All right, I'm not gonna name off everybody, just for the simple fact of protection. But I was brought in as a defensive anchor. Okay, I was the defensive man, meaning I was the one to guard, regardless of what any of my teammates say to this day. I was the one that was put against the best player of the opposite team. So I was brought in as the defensive anchor. Travion was our point guard. Matter of fact, probably the best point guard I've ever seen, in my age bracket at least. And then you got Big Trey at the center. And I don't even remember who else started with us, but I just remember that core three of us was starters. So we play at this place called Open Bible. Now I've never played on a court like this. This was a tile court. I've never played on a tile court. I didn't even know a tile court existed. But it exists. And it was quite fun actually. I think both of our teams, 5th and 6th grade, because we rolled over to 6th grade as well. I believe we were like 50 something and 9 each year, or 40 something in a single digit number each year. That's how good we were. Probably the greatest basketball team I've ever been on, the greatest basketball team ever assembled. And we were kids at that. We were kids. But this team went all over Illinois. And we dominated. And I just want to take this time to shout out all my teammates. I mean, I wasn't going to say y'all name, but I just want to take the time to say, if anybody ain't did it, I want to say, man, that was some of the best times of my life. And I thank y'all for it. To Trey, Chatters, Travion Gaines, Reggie McGee, Jordan Noble. It didn't matter. Paul Roloff, Marcus Van Brocklin, Drayon McGee. It didn't matter if we got into it. It didn't matter. Luke Norman. It didn't matter if we argued. We was a brotherhood. And I miss y'all, man. I miss y'all a lot. I'm not gonna lie about it. I miss y'all a whole lot. Just because how close we were growing up. through that. We got to see different places, got to play against different people. Um, like I said, the funnest time in my life. Now, me saying that I was the defensive anchor, I got a couple of rivalries that come with that. I'll never forget these rivalries. I think I had about two. I had two rivalries, two guys, two teams that I hated. That was Ackland Bulldogs, who are the other Freeport school in Illinois. And I don't even remember. I think they were the Monroe Knights from Wisconsin. Reason why these were rivalries, okay, let's start with Ackland. Ackland was Freeport's, supposed to be Freeport's kryptonite. Our kryptonite, okay? They had this point guard or shooting guard. I don't even know what the hell he was. I just know my main assignment was to guard him and him only. And I remember so vividly. Now, the first time I played him, I struggled with him. Because he had a shot, a weird ass shot, weird funny ass looking shot. But I studied him over time, and I studied that he only went one direction. So the first time I played him, I struggled with him. I think I had 4 points that game. This is 5th grade, people. This was serious business. The second time we played him at home, at our home. First time we played him there. The second time we played him, I dominated him. I figured him out. Kept stealing the ball, kept scoring off of the steals. Completely shut him down, and we won the game. I think we won both of the games, but this guy from Ackland was definitely a rivalry because he brought my A game out of me. Flip side to that, there were two guys from Monroe, Wisconsin. I don't even remember their name, don't know their name. I would love to know their names and where they are now. I remember their numbers for sure. In 5th grade and 6th grade, it was number 9, number 11. I think in high school, in which I only played freshman year, I think in high school they were number 11 and number 20. This was our Steph Curry and Klay Thompson opponent right here. This was the dynamic duo before the dynamic duos in the NBA started showing up. They dominated us, people. Embarrassed us. Number 9 specifically embarrassed me, crossed me up, made me feel like I'm not gonna lie. After he embarrassed me, anytime I faced him, I wanted to fight him. Not gonna lie, because that's how good he was. He had the ups on me in basketball. And I saw him another time after that, but I get to that later. I forgot a guy. One of the most important guys. I felt like he was the glue to our team, Dan Trebes. I forgot about him. Sorry, Dan. I forgot about you, dog. But all my brothers, man. To all my brothers, I thank y'all for that fun time in my life. Cause I was so sheltered. Didn't really do much. Still don't do much. But didn't really do much. Didn't hang out with nobody. Didn't have friends. Y'all was my brothers, man. For real. To this day, y'all my brothers, man. It's all love. No matter what we go through, no matter what, if we don't talk or not, you know what I mean? Still my brothers. But I used to live for basketball. Basketball was everything I used to do with my life. That passion then went away. That passion then went away. It went away probably about seventh grade. Seventh grade, I got hurt. I tore my ACL. Well, according to the doctors, I bruised my ACL, but how can you bruise a ligament? I feel like I tore my ACL. And then after that, I wasn't the same in as far as skill in basketball anymore. My skill diminished. My passion diminished, and it turned into where I am now, on the mic. I really live on the mic. I live for writing. I live for being on the mic. I love talking now. I love rapping. I love making music. Love making beats. So that's my passion now. I lost the passion for basketball. I mean, I still watch it. Don't get me wrong. My favorite player now in this era is LeBron James. But at the same time, it's like, I don't have that same breath that I had back then for basketball as I do now. You know what I mean? But basketball overall was my passion, man. That was my passion. I remember a time where I did nothing but basketball and video games. A time where it took over school. Basketball took over school, but that's a different story. You know what I mean? I ain't touched the ball in ages. I have not touched the ball in ages. I wish I would have played in college. I was in college miserable because I mean I played in playground basketball here and there, but I was miserable because I missed it. I still miss it to this day, but not as bad as I would. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. I feel like me talking, me making music and all that, and that's my purpose now. So I'm happy with it. I'm not tripping. But yeah, I had to jump down memory lane. You know what? I forgot. Shout out to my man's Travion brother, Travion, little brother. I'm gonna say younger brother now because he's older. Trenton. Shout out to you. Shout out to Big Trey Chats, younger brother, Quaddy, because y'all was the cameramen. And I will say I have the tapes, guys. I have the tapes, and y'all was entertaining for commentary. Y'all might not know it now, but little kids, picture this. Y'all were little kids, and y'all were commentators. Y'all might not look at it how I look at it, because I still watch the tapes to this day. I still watch the tapes to this day of everybody, and I don't know where none of y'all at. I don't know where none of y'all at. I wish I knew where any of y'all was at so I can go down memory lane. Like, I wish I could have brought some of y'all on here, you know what I mean, for just to tell some of the stories of our traveling team, of our dominant championship gold ass team, you know what I mean? Or the rivalries we had at the King Center with our other constituents, with our other peers, you know what I mean? The ones that we always hang around, but they on the opposite teams. And then how did that feel? And then for me, I loved it. I love playing against because it was like playground basketball, really. Playing against other friends instead of somebody we don't know. That was fun. That was a big game too, because we talked a lot of shit with each other. Man, I wish I could bring some of you guys. We gonna have to do a part 2 to this. Matter of fact, we gonna have to do a part 2 to this. I'm gonna have to find some of the guys and bring them on here and talk about the basketball days. I lost my passion in freshman year of high school. for basketball because of politics, because I just wasn't in it no more, et cetera, et cetera. So I gave up basketball, man, and picked up a mic. That's just what it is, and doing my DJ thing. But yeah, this is DKB here with a quick Midnight Truth episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And like I always say, always count your blessings and mind your business. Mind your business and count your blessings. Peace, love, and happiness, people. Stay blessed. Stay up. Peace.